Another electric vehicle manufacturer has been establishing a reputation while following in the Tesla's footsteps, but with a special twist. To find out who they are, keep on watching until the end. Because in this video, we will talk about this electric vehicle manufacturer that has an edge in the EV industry because of Amazon. Hi there, I am Jules, and welcome to our channel. If you are new, please subscribe and tap the notification bell to be updated for more upcoming videos like this. So, let's get started. Outside of Tesla, Rivian is arguably the most significant and well-funded startup. The fact that they are currently concentrating on the SUVs and pickup trucks, which are obviously in high demand in the United States, gives them a very distinctive advantage. We compared them to Patagonia of electric cars because of their strong outdoor-oriented positioning. Ford and Amazon made sizable investment in the company before it shipped a single car. Because they came from independent, large companies that declared, hey, we have enough faith in this that we're going to invest pretty significantly, the timing of those investment was really important. The fact that 100,000 specially built vans for Amazon last mile fleet by 2030 were trusted to the new company, making it the largest electric delivery vehicle ordered in history, is even more impressive.
Amazon's an incredibly important partner to us. It's allowed us to think really big around a complete reset of what is a commercial vehicle, what is a fleet vehicle.
Our focus is really on sustainability. We designed this vehicle to be fully electric and have zero emissions. I think it's a game changer, and there's no vehicle like this on the road today.
They benefit greatly from this commitment because it helps to secure their future. They have a deal, so the money will start coming in. Rivian's IPO in November 2021 was the biggest in American history. They conducted a traditional IPO during their initial public offering, not a SPAC deal like some of other EVs. They successfully raised a lot of money that's crucial for success in the auto industry. However, the unstable economy has overshadowed its phenomenal success. The stock suffered a severe loss as a result of the market reaction to inflation and recessionary fears. The biggest issue for a company like this is that it has fewer bullets in its holster when its share price declines. However, some are optimistic that the EV manufacturer can weather the storm because of the Amazon deal. The market dynamics around the company were altered when Amazon invested in them with their real money and, more importantly, made a commitment to purchase all of those vehicles from them. This will be used in the field for the next couple of years, so we'll see. How will they endure? What is the outcome of this? Long term, it might be a really interesting venture for Rivian. Why is Amazon crucial to Rivian's success then?
I started the company in 2009, and the mission and the purpose of me starting the business was to have as much impact around how we think about transforming our energy and transportation system towards a carbon neutral future.
Before anyone became aware of Rivian, they had been active for a while. They employed designers, engineers, and project managers from the automotive sector. It didn't always try to reinvent the wheel. At the end of 2021, Rivian introduced its first car, the R1T electric truck. It has been working to increase production, and later in 2022, it hopes to begin shipping its SUV, the R1S, which is based on the same platform. Bringing them to the market took a while. Early on, there were some production hiccups. Although volumes are still quite small, they are progressing quite well.
Something like our R1T has more than 2,000 components in it from more than 400 suppliers, and the orchestra of getting all those parts produced and ramped at the same rate and into the right location at the right time and in the right sequence, it's a complex process.
Even with a $73,000 starting price, its vehicles are in high demand. The business reported having approximately 98,000 net pre-orders for its R1 vehicles in its 2022 second quarter earnings. They are well liked by those who have driven in them. Although it may seem oversimplified, that is a sizable advantage. The company had a difficult and protracted road to production, but it had some serious assistance, receiving $700 million from Amazon in 2019 and $500 million from Ford a few months later. Ford initially reinvested in Rivian with the idea that they would share platform and that their two companies would work some closely on products. Ford Motor Company provided them with the production assistance. Their production director served on the board of the Rivian for a while. They had discussed creating a product with Rivian. Even though the companies worked together to make a joint vehicle, they ended up scrapping those plans. Once Jim Farley, the CEO, decided that we should handle this on our own, things kind of fell apart. However, Rivian's collaboration with Amazon has been significant for the business. Because of how big Amazon is, this is such a big deal that you'll see these vans everywhere over the next couple of years. Scalability is one of the main advantages for Rivian. Scalability is crucial for the automotive sector. It lowers expenses. It gives you a little bit more negotiating power with the vendors, which Rivian unquestionably needs. The fact that they had this deal in hand, that it involved a sizable customer who was undoubtedly well-funded, was going to give them exposure and wasn't going away, played a significant role in the success of their IPO. Amazon recently started using Rivian EDV700 for deliveries after it was first announced in 2019. Rivian has used feedback from customers and the Amazon team to better understand how to redesign the driving experience, the vehicle safety, and its usability in addition to electrifying van. These are being introduced by Amazon in a dozen American cities. They'll have thousands of people delivering packages to more than a million customers in 100 significant US cities by the end of the year. Over the past 9 months or so, Rivian has undergone several changes as they build prototypes. Amazon criticized them and they came back. And this is how automobiles are created, especially for a particular customer with a particular set of requirements. The van, which is available in 2 sizes, is a last-mile vehicle that will assist Amazon in achieving its objective of zero-emission delivery fleet by the year 2040. Before we talk more about last-mile vehicles, please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far. Also, do you want your comments to be highlighted? Try our super thanks, and your comments will be highlighted in this video, or join our membership program. Now, let's get back to the topic.
Rivian, and once we met them and met RJ, it was very clear to us that they shared in that mission, and we could work together to build a brand new type of sustainable fleet.
As years went by, we had an opportunity to talk to this with a number of different potential partners and found an amazing partner in Amazon, where we had this wonderfully aligned view around what we can do in terms of demonstrating a path to carbon neutrality in a really scaled way.
Last mile delivery is thought to be a promising application for electric vehicles. Many small businesses have made an attempt to enter this market. Ford will also be arriving its own electric transit van. Rivian was able to integrate technology, including cameras and fleet systems that are typically added aftermarket thanks to their close collaboration. Making sure that vehicles can be easily outfitted is a whole different kind of industry, and Rivian and Amazon are collaborating on that in order to make this vehicle exactly what it is. Automakers now make a lot of money from fleet sales. The startup depends heavily on the money from Amazon orders to support operations. These fleet agreements are very significant. They offer an interesting way for the operator, in this case, Amazon, to plan with the manufacturer and make interesting innovation as part of their product development because they're profitable and have a good margin. When charging is set up in a fixed location where the day begins and ends in the same location, problems like charging can be resolved more easily. Over time, maintenance costs will decrease and the total cost of ownership will be lower. All of those things are what we anticipate to be true. As time goes on, you anticipate that because there are fewer parts, maintenance will be less expensive. According to Rivian, it plans to support its Amazon vans using mobile service. They have a fleet of service vehicles that are mobile and can go out and service vehicles where they are. In the case of Amazon, it might be at a delivery or fulfillment center. That is a significant challenge, but not just for them, it applies to any business with a direct-to-consumer business model. As the joint venture partner and largest shareholder, Amazon will undoubtedly be given top priority. Going forward, they will likely collaborate to service vehicles at both Amazon and Rivian facilities. The automaker had to raise the price of its consumer EVs and lower its 2022 delivery target from 50,000 to 25,000 vehicles as a result of ongoing supply chain issues. The company reported a net loss of $1.7 billion in its second quarter earnings and shared that it anticipates that figure to rise $5.45 billion for the entire year. Costs are also rising. The automotive industry has been completely upended by COVID and the effects of the pandemic. It's truly unprecedented in the sector, I mean. This is something it has never experienced before. The company wants to meet its 25,000 production target. It must accelerate. Then, less than 7,000 vehicles were produced by the company during the first half of 2022. It has been difficult for Rivian, to put it mildly, to manage the entire orchestra of activities across 4 vehicles produced on 2 production lines, with the global pandemic and some supply challenges. However, they have a great deal of optimism about the rest of this year, and it needs to fulfill Amazon's sizable order in addition to all of this. I don't see any real reason why they can't achieve that goal though. More likely than not, they will arrive a little bit earlier than anticipated and before the time specified in their contract. It will be interesting to see how much further Amazon expands after that. The company appears to be in a secure position for the time being. It reported having about $15.46 billion in cash and cash equivalents at the end of June, which is the reserve or close of a major automaker. Even if things go wrong between now and then to some extent, they claim that it can get them to 2025, give or take. However, it has begun to make some cuts. Naturally, layoffs had been occurring at Rivian and they are not unusual. Employees in the auto industry are being let go. Rivian may have expanded a little bit too quickly in some areas where they may not have needed to. No one was significantly cut on the manufacturing side. It was present in many of these product teams and other places. They did publicly announce earlier this year 2022 that they would reduce spending and tighten cost control because their stock was down and the economy was in doubt. Rivian will face a heightened level of competition. The new models from established automakers are flooding the EV market, but it believes that its adventure-focused brand will help it stand out. Rivian has put a lot of emphasis on its brand and philosophy, making sure it is distinct and offers its customers something compelling and interesting. Currently, Rivian possesses a greater threat to Jeep than it does to the Ford 150 pickup truck or the Chevrolet Silverado. They aim to establish a free outdoor brand, and Jeep has been serving the market for many years. The company has focused on creating its following products now that the R1 vehicle deliveries are in progress. These models, known as the R2 platform, are anticipated to be less expensive versions that will be produced at a new plant being constructed in Georgia. Rivian is still concentrating on the R2, a smaller SUV platform that will eventually be made in Atlanta. This is the Model 3 and the Model Y's Rivian concept. RJ's Corinne Short said, "We need this to be able to scale more," when Rivian announced that they were adding a second plant in Georgia. Many analysts at the time questioned whether it was necessary to construct this facility immediately or if it could wait. Rivian appears like to grow in the fleet industry by building on its experience working with Amazon. Nothing, in my opinion, would prevent Rivian from offering this kind of van to every other package delivery company once it has enough capacity. If they want to keep growing, they must branch out from just Amazon. They will therefore undoubtedly expand into their van segments in the future. They'll enter additional markets. I didn't think that they would just concentrate on Amazon. I'm optimistic about their future because they have a good product. If you take a look at what ultimately caused their rival to Tesla to fail, that was the key factor. It wasn't just that they were an EV company, it was also that they had a unique and cool car. And I believe Rivian passes the test, at least from the perspective of the consumer. Additionally, on the business front, they have that agreement. It must succeed as well. I believe it's a win-win situation for both businesses, and we'll see a lot of this on the road this year as long as production kind of keeps moving and they continue to make vans. Once they are released to the public, I imagine they will be as common as UPS delivery vans. Additionally, there is longer-term strategy for them. Simply being visible is increasing awareness. Like Rivian is who? Wait, oh, you know, those quirky trucks? Yeah, let's go check them out. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And speaking of trucks, did you know that Toyota has a new electric truck? Imagine electric trucks which would have all the advantages of EVs. Who wouldn't be curious about it? So click and watch in the next video here.